Hey, everybody. So, what a crazy week. I'll wait till you guys get in here. Oh, oh, I'm glad I made it. Hey, guys. Oh, what's up, brother? How you doing? Good? Uh, how you doing, Brandon? So, got some good things. Got a video uploaded now that's going to premiere later on. What a crazy, crazy week. Uh, I'm waiting for more people to get in here to show you a little sneak peek of something that Angelo came up with this week, and I've been playing with it. I gotta do a video. Hey, what's up, Greg? Greg to Greg. So today was good. I got the Grimberg Gavo carry. I like it a lot. And hey, Scott, how are you? All good. So I got the Grimberg Gavo carry. I'm glad you guys could make it here. I got it today, and I did some testing with the 8 gram. Worked great. I had a little issue. I did one CO2 with the 16 gram, and it dumped out the air. And I put an 8 gram in there, and I had no issues at all again. Then I put another 16 gram in there. I had no issues, but I had like a double fire, and maybe I put a little too much oil. I'm not sure. And then I let it sit for a little while. I put a 16 gram in there, and now it seems to be working perfect. I have no issues with it. And with the 16 gram, you'll see in a little while, the numbers were really, really fantastic. I'm really happy with them. So, oh, you good, Scott? You got the same orange one? Yeah, I love the orange looking. I think it's great. I'm definitely going to carry this. I really like it a lot. I thought the quality was fantastic on it. Kurt did a really good job with it. It seems to be working good now. I have like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe more CO2 cartridges through it, but I let it rest in between because I didn't want to freeze anything out. And now it seems to be working really, really well, and I'm really happy with it. So it's cool. So one of the crazy things I want to show you guys is, I'll give you a hint. I can't put any launches on here because they'll kick me off, but I'll show you. If you remember, that's the little follower from the BP50. Angelo perfected it, and we have a new one now. We don't have to work out any bugs so far with the follower. We were able to work them out and get them in order. So that's one good thing. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the video of the carry. There's another one coming with the 16 gram CO2, so you'll see it in a bit. So everything is cool. I made the mistake of putting some silicone oil in and got on my fingers, and now can't. Yeah, the cap was a little bit of a pain in the neck. I had to use the rub one. Also, the barrel was so tight in there for me to get out. I actually put the cap on the barrel. It fit the 16 gram cap. I had to use that to get it off. And yeah, it's a matter of tweaking and just working with it, I think. But yeah, the 16 does work much better to twist it on and off with. The 8 is a little hard for my fingers, but the 16 gram, I think that's the winner. And the other thing I want to show you, the guys, that Angelo came up with is a comp barrel for the BP50. It's 3 inches. It goes on there. The barrel locks in there. And we got some pretty high numbers, with pretty impressive numbers. So you're going to see a video coming out with that. We just have to do one thing. We have a little spot here. So the way it mounts to the launcher so it doesn't move, we have to take the stock screw out and replace it with a longer one. So we have to order the right size screws so we can let that come with this little compensator. So tonight I will do a video showing this cool compensator and how it works. The video may come out tomorrow, but I just want you to know, guys, we have a lot of things planned for the BP50. Not only do we have a comp barrel, but the little doohickey here, the little follower. And I think we're going to work on an extended magazine plate. We're going to try it and see if we could get 10 shots out of that. So we got some good things coming. What's up, Jersey guy, Jarrell? So yeah, I know Reynolds, John Reynolds, he is making that twist cap. I can't wait to see what he comes up with for it. I like it a lot. It's going to take some getting used to. I don't know if you noticed it, but that Scorpion tactical holster holds it pretty good too. I like the leather holsters better than the Kydex holsters. They're just comfortable for me. And I was playing with that, the one that with the burner goes in, and it fits really great in that holster, and I could carry it wonderfully. So I'm happy with that. And that's always a win for me. So we've been doing a lot of crazy stuff here this week, and on top of trying to keep up with some orders and things. But I'm kind of excited, believe it or not, too, about this BP50. I saw some decent numbers. I think we were up around 25 joules when we used this. We're going to also try to make a 2-inch one, but I think we were seeing like 25 joules with it. So that's pretty decent numbers for that little BP50. As long as, you know, we can fix the little things that need tweaking with it, I think it's going to be a win, that launcher, because it's very inexpensive. And in the 25 joule range, you're pretty good with that for less lethal. And it's great with those new pepper balls I found. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, so those are the big things that are happening this week that we're fooling around with. And I have to say, I got a lot of this stuff. The one who, hey Chaz, the one who really got me into doing this, you know, for the BP50 and told me to go ahead with it was Airgun Ninja Rick. We've been talking a lot this week, and he actually sparked some ideas in my head. And we spent a couple of hours talking this week on the phone, and it was pretty cool. Yesterday was crazy. I had to go all the way to see my old lady's grandmother. She's 95. So next week, I probably won't be able to do this. I'm going to try to do it, or I might. I'll see. I'll be doing it from a surprise location if I do it. So I have to figure out the time difference. So we'll see what happens next week. So I'll tell you where I am next week when I do it. Do you know of any pepper balls that are less expensive than the Duke? Well, yeah. So I just tried those. They're MOFAQIU, Mofaq. I know the Bandit, Less Lethal Bandit. He's used them and told me about them in the past, and I just got around to trying them. They make them in 68, and they make them in 50, and they make them in 43 cal. Go on Amazon, especially today, that's Prime Day. The ones in 50 cal were really, you saw that video, man. I walked into that. It knocked me for a loop. I was really surprised. I think they're fairly priced. I want to say for a 7-pack on Prime for the 50, I paid like $14. I don't know what the 68, I mean, they can't be too much more, $1 or $2 more. Yeah, they really make a great pepper round. I tried reaching out to them to try to get them in bulk. They have not gotten back to me yet, but it's pretty cool. So we'll see what happens. So I hope I could get them. I really think the dispersal was great on them, and they seem to be just as good as the Duke that I've used. So I'm happy with them. Hey, Dennis, how you doing, buddy? So Dennis, you got here a little late by showing them. We got a little comp barrel made for the BP50 that boosts up the power. We just have to order some longer screws, and we finally got the follower ready. This one we perfected so far, no issues. This one we just got to wait for the longer screw to get in. I think this BP50 is going to be promising. So, Here, just got my mag extender for my CL. Oh, good. I'm glad. I hope you guys like it, and I hope it's working good, Pete. So yeah, I love the CL. I went out today. I had the CL with me. I carried it to a few places. I had to go to some stores where I was dressed kind of like in my shorts and t-shirt. I wasn't going to carry my 1911, so I carried my CL with me, and I felt very comfortable with that. I love the CL. It's so far for me, it's been working great. It's a great chemical round, and all the launches I have, they all have a purpose, and I really, really like them all. The only one that I'm not a big fan of is my TCP. I don't get consistent results with that, and it's so big and bulky. I rather have the Pistelli X68 than the TCP. What type of ball? Oh, I was with the BP50. I was using the aluminum alien play balls, the shiny ones, and now I'm getting like in the 20s, like 25 joules. I got to do the test again. I'll do it tonight and see what I get when I do the video. So we'll see. Who knows? We'll see what we have. So we'll have a little bit of time here. Angelo put a lot of work into it. This was actually really hard for him to build, so we'll see what happens with that. And you know, I think for people that want, I like the BP50. I just don't like that magazine. I really dislike it. So we're trying to order not only the screws so that the longer screws to this for this, but we're also trying to get those little magazine springs, the little tiny ones, and we're going to try to offer them with a follower, because too many people, those springs, I mean, I lose them. They don't go flying. If you don't pay attention, they're so tiny. It's really, really, really crazy. Uh, Stay young, beautiful, and unique. I hope so. I hope to stay young, beautiful, and unique. Uh, But pepper rounds, those Mo Faqui are great. I like them a lot. Yeah, those are the ones that I'm using. And I'm going to try to get the 68 caliber ones and use them too. I really like them. They seem very affordable. So, and I thought they were made good. Whatever they put in there to disperse them, the cloud was really cool. I'm excited to see what the 68 calibers do. That and not this week, because I got something coming up which is gonna. I won't be around here, but when I come back, I'm gonna get those red Grimberg ones for the Gavel and for the Pistelli 68, and I'm gonna see what they do. That's gonna be a good test. Yeah, they're on Amazon, Greg. They're and you can just type in MO, capital MO, capital FA, capital M I, I'm sorry, QIU, Mo Faqui, and you can find them on Amazon. They're really, really cool. Do you think it would be possible to make an actual magazine for the carry? No, I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be. I mean, nothing is impossible. I don't think it would be possible to do that, because there's nothing really for it to click into and lock. That's the issue. I think it would be real. Yeah, I don't think. I, I mean, I'd have to really ask Angelo. He'd know more than I would about that. Because sometimes, like, I'll come up with an idea that he doesn't. Sometimes he comes up with an idea, and sometimes we look at something and we sit there for a couple of hours, have a cigar or have a drink, and we're like, boom, it just comes to me. Or I'm riding on the motorcycle, whatever, and something, I get this idea in my head, and I run it by him. I could be wrong, but we'll definitely look into that. But I don't know if it's going to be possible. It's rough. I use the okay, yeah. The 68 caliber rounds start. Okay, so Mofaq Jarrell says they start at $17. That's fair for what if you get a pack of 7 of them. $17, especially with Amazon. They come quick. Yeah, the cloud was great. I was like knocked for a loop when I walked into that. I think what Reynolds is doing for the cap is great, but I can get something that all can screw in and turn. It would be perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have Angelo too look at this thing for the. That's why we really wanted the Grimberg Gavo carry. Like, I have some ideas for a few accessories for it, especially like I'm doing with the BP50, and for also covering the bottom down there. I'm going to see what we can come up with, and that we're going to be working on over the next month, I guess, the next couple of weeks. I think he might be trying to do. Yeah, I hope he does come up with it. I want to try to get one of those holster clips from him. They look pretty cool. I would use that for the BP50. I think that's pretty neat. Have I seen what yeah, his kid is a genius. I'm telling you, John Reynolds' son, Luke, he's a genius. And it's funny, we use the same 3D printing program, or him and Angelo do. So they use the same, it's an expensive program. It's not a cheap program. And the reason Angelo got it because when we were teachers, they offer it to teachers that do that in the schools and stuff. So it's a really good program. So I know they use the same program, and you have to have like real knowledge to work this thing, especially to dig down deep into it. His son does a lot of great stuff, man. And he's such a nice guy, too, his son. He really is. He's a good kid. I really want to see him succeed. I think he can go place with this. He's great on camera, too. Like, I really like watching him interact with the people and talk. He's a real dynamite kid. Yeah. I have tested them today. Oh, okay. You tested it. How did they work, the ones that you tested today, Dennis? He made a cap for the carry that you can. Yeah, I want to see. I haven't seen this cap. I'm gonna go. Maybe I did see it. I don't know. They have like a little starry thing at the bottom that like your finger. I might have saw it. I have to look at it. But he wants to make one that actually thread. Yes, I think that would be a good idea. One that threads into. I think that would be a great idea. I think that would be something that would, because the 8 gram is so hard. I mean, I was able to do it and it did smoothly, but it's just such a small little nub that sticks down. If you were in the heat of the moment, or your hands were just a little bit sweaty, or you were like struggling to get your hand on that little nub that sticks down, is very hard. That's why I wouldn't. But before you go any further, tonight at 10 o'clock, the video is coming out. The difference in power, Scott, that I got with the 16 gram, it's the same length as the 12. It's just a little bit fatter, and your pinky fits on it really nicely. I have it here. I'm going to tell you, you'll see the video later, not to spoil it, but I got I was getting like 39 joules, 35 joules, and it was consistent. I think the lowest number I got was like 29 joules. So on the first 5 shots, they were all in the 30s in the last one. So if I'm going to carry this thing, which I am going to carry it for concealed carry, I'm carrying it with that 16 gram. I mean, if you're getting mid to high 30s with a 16 gram, it doesn't even pay to use the 8 one. It's not going to be much different to carry it. And it's so easy to grab that 16 and turn it. Even if it's in your holster on the side like that, it works really great. Yeah, the 16 is definitely, I just don't see the point in using the 8 unless you're wearing something that, like you're in Florida or somewhere where you really got to do deep concealment because like you're wearing a tight shirt and, sure. But up here in the north where I am, you know, I can get away with 16 or 8 gram. It's not going to make a difference, for most people. Yeah, the 16 was, yeah, the 16 is so easy. It really, really is. And they weren't bad. I bought them on Amazon too. I got like a box of them. They weren't cheap, but I got a box of them for like, I can't remember what it was, but you're not going to use them all the time. Like if I was practicing, I'd use the 12 grams because they're the easiest ones to get. And then for the real deal, I would use the 16 grams for the protection. Honestly, it's simple to carry with their 16. 8 yeah, 8 does look cool 100%. I'm hoping to make something for the bottom that'll cover that 16. It looks a little funky with the 16. I agree 100%. It just doesn't look perfect, but in the grand scheme of things, I just need function and I need reliability. Reliability more so than anything, and then the power and the function. So, you know, I'm sure 100%. Angelo and I could come up with something for that 16 that'll make it, a little bit more conducive. Actually, talking to you now, I think I have an idea in my head, and I think I could come up with something, a bottom piece or a cap, cap for that. That'll work. Yeah. Yeah, the function, and because you don't run out of gas. You're not struggling and on that. When you have something like that that's that powerful, pumping out that much juice, I think the 16 is the only way to go. I wish all launchers had that capability, because I'll bet you like the BP 50 and all those others, if you could put a 16 gram in those, I think you'd be getting much better numbers with them. If you made something that slipped over the CO2 that looks like a mag extension. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking not only have it like slip over the CO2, but inside the hole that it slips over, having it like sticky or rubbery, using a different type of material that we have that goes in there so it catches on there. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. We'll see if we could come up with something like that. Are you guys thinking of making a CO2 for this? Yeah, I thought so. The CO2 extension or the cap for the CL would require us to make one out of metal. And I do have a small lathe. I can probably make some of them. To mass produce them and make hundreds or thousands of them would be very hard for me. I could probably do like 5 a week. The lathe I'd have to buy a bigger lathe, but I do have a lathe. I can definitely make one, like a prototype for it. And then if it works and takes off, I'd have to buy a bigger, more industrial lathe. They're very expensive. I always wanted a lathe, like a big one. The little one I have, I could do little stuff on. Angelo is really good with the lathe. I'm into motorcycles, as you guys know. I like Harleys, especially, older ones and stuff. So I would use it for other stuff, not just that. It wouldn't be a waste of money for me to get one. So it's something that we do talk about it. Our biggest problem is, and I think come the winter time, it'll get better. Our biggest problem is there's not enough hours in the day. And I'm not talking for the less lethal. We have such a crazy life over here. We really do. As far as our personal life goes, we deal with such crazy nonsense, from family issues to friends that have major, major family problems, and we try to help them out as much as we could. This weekend, 4th of July weekend, was insane. We had a friend of ours. She was having some issues, marital issues, and she wound up staying over here. And we had to, took a lot of time and a lot of energy. On top of that, dealing with my sick parents, Angelo's sick parents, work, less lethal. We really could use like another 4 or 5 hours a day to get stuff done. I think in the winter time it'll be a little bit better, and we'll have more time to do more of the stuff we want to do. Because right now we're even trying to keep up with the orders and stuff, and we're just working as hard as we could and getting the stuff out there. And every time a new idea or something comes, we're like, oh, let's make this today. And believe it or not, something like this takes a couple of days to make. The whole prototype of it is just insane what goes into making it. It takes a couple of hours to print this up on a printer. Like maybe this will print up in like 3 hours or 4 hours or something, like maybe 3 hours, I think, for this thing. But so it'll print up in 3 hours. But to get the whole design from nothing and like pull it out of air and make it could take, 48, 50 hours just to come up with it. And then we have to make little tiny test pieces, like we make them in slices and we put them on and we try them to make sure they fit before we waste the material making the original prototype of it. So tonight you guys should see that. Hey Rich, have you had any luck with the barrel extension? That's it. So it's a barrel extension slash compensator. So this matches up to the barrel of the BP50, and it makes the barrel an extra 3 inches longer. So you kind of have, if you want to call it a tuning compensator or a barrel, I think a tuning compensator is a better name than the barrel comp. But yeah, it's a tuning compensator, and this will work with your stock barrel. It'll go right on there, and it'll work for you. Now, how much does a lathe like that? So, like the lathe we have, it's like about $1,000. It's and you can make stuff like anywhere from like 14 inches down. But like those big lathes, they could be anywhere from like 7 to 10 grand, you know. But you can make a lot of stuff on them, really. You could, not just stuff for less leaf. I mean, yeah, you can make barrels. You can make, that's the other thing too. Then you can make barrels and everything else. It's just that those big ones, the internal parts are better than these little ones. These little ones have like a lot of them have plastic gears, and you can up them to metal gears. It's just to keep it running all day and pumping it out. It's very difficult. Those other ones are designed to go all day, all day, all day, and they won't wear out on you. Have you had? That's awesome. Looks perfect. Just like the X68 one. Yeah, I actually I sent one of those X68 ones down to Airgun Ninja Rick to play with this week, and he was having fun with it. It doesn't pay to do it for the X68 because MCS has such an array of barrels. They're very affordable. So we just wound up making the hole bigger so that our compensator slips over the MCS. And those MCS barrels, honestly, they're pumping out great power. Like if you use those AR tactical joules, like on the long one, I'm getting like 75, 79 joules on those things. So the right now, I think the best launches on the market are your X68, your definitely the Gavo carry, and for kinetics, those two are definitely the best for kinetics. And X68 to me is always going to be the top alpha dog for that. I mean, for concealed carry, yeah, the Gavo carry blows it away. But I do, for chemical rounds, I'm loving the CL and I'm loving the BP50 after I found those 50 cal. And I think 50 cal is fine because the 50 cal round, you don't get that over dispersal. If you're in this area, you saw, I mean, I was in a decent area and even the 50 cal worked. If you're using 68 caliber, you might really gas everybody there out. Hey, Rick. Yeah. He calls it the power compensator. Yep. He says it's phenomenal. Airgun Ninja Rick, he knows. He was having fun with that thing yesterday. Yeah. So, Rick, here's the little one for the BP50. I was just showing everybody. I'll do a video later tonight, hopefully, and get that out there. Yeah, I sent one down to him to play around with it to see if he thought it was something that was a piece of crap and would break, or if it was something that he thought would be worthy. But the MCS barrels are really, really good, and they're super affordable. Yeah, so it's cool. So I'm all excited, and we'll see what happens next week. Hopefully, I'll be able to surprise you guys someplace, from somewhere, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna spend some time with the old lady. She's been complaining this week that I don't spend enough time with her. So that's another thing I got to throw in there. I gotta throw in. I can't forget about I got to keep her, man. She is she got her motorcycle license, which is great. I think I told you guys that last time. But now we're working on getting her a El Cheapo used bike. So I've been looking around at some cheap stuff there, and that's it. Hit that like button. Yeah, thanks, Pete. Yeah. I never say that. I never say. I guess I should say that, but I'm just happy you guys are here. I have so much fun with you guys, and I love talking to you and seeing you every week. So, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. I got to do some more videos tonight and some more testing. I'm all excited. All right, Rick, and I'll talk to you during the week. Have fun, guys.